rolling. And now we're live from the bedroom. We're sitting in our bedroom, and we're live from our bedroom. I'm Adam Powell, and this is how we start every cast. This is how it should start, right? Just like how when we watch the movies.
And I'm Heather Powell.
Right.
And I'm sure my husband will talk the whole time, and he won't know I'm here most of the time.
Every highway starts to look the same. Mile markers are my minutes in my day. Through my mirrors I can see my home behind me. I sign my soul on the dotted line. Yes, I sign my soul on the dotted line. Yes, I sign my soul on the dotted line. Okay. Right. Another reason why we're doing this, so I can put on the headset and learn a little bit, because we're excited to be in a long-standing relationship and to promote others that are in long-standing relationships. So we said, what makes our relationship so long-standing, and what is it that we see in other people's long-standing relationships that makes it happen? And we said, I said, actually, let's break some rules and do this, because I love to perform, I love to entertain, and I thought it'd be fun to put the headset on, get the microphone set up. And I have a production company, so this is being produced by Glass Ceiling Productions.
Right.
And it's just live from the bedroom. Here we are. And when I searched it, there's everything. Everything's live from the bedroom. And this is live from the bedroom us.
Well, what do you mean everything's live? Other people are doing it?
Yeah, well, other people have live from the bedroom. Someone playing guitar. Maybe I should have played guitar. Next time I'll start with a guitar song. That's all. That's what I'll do. I'll do some guitar. I love playing guitar. Why? Well, right now I'm not talking about guitar. We're talking about being in relationships and long-standing relationships, and how is it possible that I'm still in a long-standing relationship? People have met me. People know me. You know. Oh, hanging out with a performer, someone who thinks they're funny. That's got to be so much fun.
Who's saying that to you?
No one ever says that to me.
I've heard people say that to me many times.
No, I know, because you're the one hanging out with the
What is that like? Oh, you must be laughing all the time.
And we know that not to be true, because from the tragedy comes the comedy. And here we sit. We're getting a little tragedy and comedy as we speak. So I wanted to share some not tips.
Yeah, but you're a good husband.
Oh, no, thanks.
You are.
That's good. I'm on a list of good right now. But I'm pretty sure that I'm in a list of bad sometimes too. I just don't hear about it. Doesn't happen all that often.
Because you're on the good list more than the bad, so it works out for you.
Well, that's true. Again, my mom hates when I say it, but I've been married, many times in the eyes of the Lord, and she doesn't like it. I like the number 8 just because it's my favorite number, and I married you 3 times, and I like talking about it. So I don't want to put you off or put others off pertaining to how many times I've been married, but I've taken people into my heart, and you.
It did scare me though. I got to tell you that when I did start hanging out with you, and we were talking about past, and you told me how many.
It would have been 5
marriages you had.
It would have been 5 at the time, or 4, because you're 5.
And you proposed to many women, right? Right. And how many women did you propose to? Any other ones besides?
See, I didn't really propose. It was more proposition.
Okay, well, whatever it was, from a woman's point of view, I had a moment of thinking, I don't know, this guy might be fishy.
But I'm the only one you've had babies with, so that's what's nice.
That's true.
So I like having babies with my wife, and so that's from all the other wives that I had, this is the only one that
Well, yeah, but look at how
spawn.
Look at how good a babies.
And they're good babies.
They're made pretty good ones.
I'm happy with my baby choices. There's some good babies, those babies. Right. So, long-standing relationships. And children seem to help, that's for sure.
What signifies long-standing anyways anymore? Because, marriages now don't last long. So we're saying anything over, like, once you start getting into double digits, you're long-standing. Is that the consensus there?
I'm talking about anybody who's in a relationship that is there for the long haul.
But what defines long haul?
Long haul? No, they're there for the long haul. I know people that are just with the people that they're with, biding time, or even worse, having other relationships on the side, or even worse. They've already moved on, but because, things are good or the meals are tasty or whatever the reason is.
Or it costs a lot of money.
Right. So I'm
Or their
talking about
children.
anybody who's in for the long haul. I got requirements for friends. So if you're cheating on your wife, you're not my friend. If you're cheating on your lover, actually, I should probably, no, your significant other.
Not your, yeah, yeah. It has, if
Yeah.
you're cheating on the person that you are in
And
a
cheating,
committed
yeah,
relationship
right.
with,
And if they don't know you're doing it, like if they know you're doing it, then it's not cheating, right?
If it's an open relationship where you've made those rules in your relationship, then that's okay because that's the rules you made together.
Right. And these are the rules that I've set in my life. I'm not cheating. My wife is constantly getting hit on by guys, and she says, "Well, as long as my husband can be there." And that's it's kind of its own problem. But no, that's how you get out of that, because we're open for the conversation. It's not going to happen.
I actually think I have used that.
Yeah, of course you have. Why wouldn't you? Because we're not saying no. We're just, you realize that I'm not cheating on my husband. Hey, come over here. This guy thinks he's going to take me away from you. That's kind of where we are. It's the trust. It's our trust. It's our level of trust. Not saying we're going to have an homage or a namage or a menage, however you pronounce them.
Collage.
Yeah, I'd rather have a collage a trois. That'd be good. Kind of a spread over, like a decoupage collage a trois. Kind of sexy but decorative.
Nice.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. So I'm looking forward to that. So what did we walk through? So I've been married to you, and we had a nice little wedding. We didn't have anybody there. I had to rent I rented my best man,
and I had to use my wedding coordinator as my
right,
maid of honor.
Right, you rented her. We gave him money.
Did we have to pay for that?
Yeah, that was a benefit. That's a perk.
Oh.
Yeah, having someone witness.
Well,
They were really into it,
she
though.
did a good job.
No, she was
excited.
good.
She's excited about us getting married.
She was excited. It was nice to get married on the beaches of Negril.
I gotta say, we got married twice. In our second marriage too, the guy that was part of that, he was really excited too about us getting married. Right, Elvis.
Elvis was excited too. For our 10-year anniversary, we went to Vegas because your mom said we couldn't go to Vegas and get married, so we went to Vegas. Our first marriage. But you were in a long-standing. My wife would say that she was married before. She was in a long-standing relationship, lasted 10 years plus, and she would say she was married.
Yes.
Right. But that's kind of what I'm saying. A long-standing.
I would say that. I don't know if he ever would say that. But
no,
I said that.
Perception's more important than the reality.
Right.
So you had that, and how you felt married, and how you felt married. I felt married 4 times before you, and that's what I say. My mom's not very happy with that. She wants me to think that nothing happened before us, but because of all those things that happened before us, I have.
And makes you a good husband because you learned.
Well, I'm glad. Again, thank you for that. But that's what we're getting out of this. So why share? We're going to share this information. I'm not too sure if it's good. So if anybody wants to call in here, because we are going to try to live stream this thing. So please leave your questions and queries, and start a little. I should probably put this all on like a website or something. I'll probably start a website and throw it up on there. Come up with a name. Well, this is as like Glass Ceiling Productions is what this is going to go through, but this needs a name like the Palmcast Network, because I like Palmcast. But this will be a network. Other people who want to do stuff, I'll look to other people who want to have these live from their bedroom scenarios, and see if I can hook them all together. That would be fun for me, because I can learn this way. I know I can learn this way. This is a nice little proposition for me. But this one is all about relationships.
Yeah, get back to this.
Yeah, this one's about relationships and long-standing relationship. What makes a long-standing relationship? Now, my wife's saying, well, does it need to be double digits? No. I need you to think the woman that I'm with right now, or the man that I'm with right now, this is what I'm willing to put some time. I'm here for the long haul. Now, what do you have to do to make that happen?
I'm here for a good time.
No, and a long time. She's killing it. She's killing it. Not with the singing specifically, but more like the content of that song is just swing and a miss, strike 3.
Not a long time.
Wow.
I'm here for a long time.
Wow. So we eloped, basically, even though we told people we were going.
Yeah, no one really had time.
That's because you were on wedding number 12 or something, or whatever it was. I was married a couple of times before.
I've been in so many wedding parties, and the only thing that I really saw from the time of being in so many, and seeing marriages actually also break up from those weddings that I was in, is that people put so much money and stress and craziness in to the wedding day, instead of putting that energy into the marriage. That's just one day, not your whole life with that person. So you turn it into a chaotic, crazy first day of you married, and that's how it starts. It seemed wrong to me. Brides look stressed, families look stressed. It was all bad.
See, I'm on the other side. This is like, for me, is the trial. The reason you do all that is to see if you as a family can get together and overcome the craziness that is your families. If you do not have the big wedding, which we didn't, your families never meet, and the fights that were supposed to happen 5 days before you got married, and you find out all the craziness about your families 5 days before you get married, are now coming out after you got married. And that's what we had.
Yeah, and I don't know. Technically, no, because we decided to move in together for a year with our family. So we actually did the craziness before we married.
Well, that's how we dodged that bullet.
Yeah, but I like that, and I think that's a great idea.
Right, but if you're not going to live together, which I would suggest doing, like, I don't know if that's even on my list of rules, because that's not even a rule, because that's a before thing, not a during and for the long haul. But if you're thinking of being with someone forever, live together first.
Mm-hmm.
You would agree to that.
Yeah, because you don't really know someone until you live together.
I don't have daughters, and I'm saying that, but if I had daughters, I don't know. So all I can say is, well, live together first.
Yeah, but what's the craziness?
What are you saying? Make sure he, lives in your garage.
Why is it a different standard for
I don't know.
than a boy?
I don't know.
What is that?
I can't even help myself.
Like,
you know what? There shouldn't be. As a woman, you should learn about what you want and what you don't want. Okay, you know what? I just didn't have to take those baby steps right now. But yeah, no, you know what? Right. Men and women, there's no double-edged sword, even though it seems like there might be, but there isn't.
Yeah,
you should live together first, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, know what you want. Understand what you want before you go in for what I'm suggesting is the long haul.
Yeah. So then when you make that decision,
right,
you actually marry each other and commit. You're committing for, like, because you know that you're ready to. And
so we did elope. We did take off. We did do it on our own. I did a lot of planning of our wedding. And we did a lot of the pre stuff before we went. You ended up buying my outfit and your outfit and making a little bit of this and that.
Excuse me.
What, the planning?
Yeah, you want to take the whole, like...
I didn't want to take the whole anything, but I think I had more involvement with the planning and the making of my wedding than most men. That's kind of where I'm going.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Well, that's all I was going with.
It was a shared process that you and I did.
Yeah, sure. And then on the last beat, though, you were missing your mom on the day of.
Yeah.
If you had to do it all over again, your mom would be there. Or at least you'd have some kind of hard line to talk to your mom on the phone.
Yeah, that was crazy, that part. There was that moment of anxiety when I was by myself. And you had a moment, too, when you were by yourself. You told me you had a moment that you had a little...
No, because I didn't understand the process. Because we separated ourselves, even though we were there together, just so you could get prepared. And there was no one to hang out.
I had nobody to hang out.
No, I know, but I was hanging out in a... Instead of going to the bar, which is what I should have done.
Yeah, you should have gone to the bar.
Yeah, I was they gave me a separate room just
That's
to kind of... Well, I didn't have anybody to be with, but I'm assuming if I had a couple of friends or whatever, it'd be kind of just to settle down and do my own thing.
You should have had someone there to stand up for you, too.
I did. Joseph.
No, I mean...
He only cost me $1.
Looking back at it...
And looking back on it as $1...
We needed someone, both of us had needed someone to stand up for
The best dollar I ever spent was on Joseph being my best man.
And I gotta say...
You gotta say something?
Our wedding night was pretty crazy.
Our wedding night?
It was a pretty crazy night for me.
Oh, the wedding night. No, that's what gets to the rules. See, these are some of the things that from the course of my many times being with women in the course of you being in other relationships that I was looking for the long haul. When I asked you to get married, we got married. I didn't ask you to get engaged. We married 2 months after I asked you to get married. Right? It was November and January.
November when you proposed to me?
Yeah, and then January we were married.
Yeah.
So I was always long haul guy. So when we had our post, and I had been married before, so I know that a lot of marriages don't consummate the night of because there's so much stress, there's so much going on, there's so many different things. But I thought for sure because we were on the honeymoon.
Yeah, and we didn't have
the same stresses you would think. But we did because we were still two people, making real under the heavens of putting it into words.
It was just great. No,
it was.
I tell you, that was crazy for me. That was probably, to put it bluntly, I think that was the first night we didn't have any intercourse in a relationship.
Right, because of that night.
Was my first night.
And we were living in a hotel room.
Baby, I'm just saying.
I heard you. And now we're living in a hotel room, right? And you can't have these conversations in your bedroom, which was one of my rules, which I think is my number one rule. My number one rule.
Yes, is you can't have any serious arguments or serious conversations in the bedroom. That is not to be in the bedroom. That is to be out of the bedroom.
Right. It shouldn't happen inside the walls of where you are supposed to be thinking other things and doing other things. And here we are live from the bedroom.
Yes, so that night, our marriage night, the reason why we're actually bringing that up is that we did have a confrontation the first night of our marriage because we weren't consummating our marriage, and because emotions were high, and I was super sad, I kind of had a little bit of a moment of thinking that something was wrong, and my husband had to. We had no other room to go to. We had basically our hotel room and the washroom, and it was nighttime. So Adam picked up his pillow and his blanket and went into the bathroom, into the bathtub, and basically told me if we were going to have this conversation / argument, it was going to be not in the bedroom because we are not allowed to have arguments or crazy conversations in the bedroom.
That's right.
Yeah. So we did have that conversation in the bathtub of our hotel room on our wedding night.
In the bathtub. On it, yeah. Yeah, that's what happened. And we're sharing that story. Why are we sharing that story? Because, well, was that a rocky start? No, what that was, it was laying down some ground rules.
And the first one came right away. Our wedding night.
Yeah, on our wedding night. Also at the wedding night, television. I mean, everyone has a TV in the room, but it should never be on when both of you are there. It shouldn't be on. It shouldn't be on. It's terrible.
And you know what else shouldn't be on? Laptops.
Yeah, laptop is the same problem. Different package, but the same problem. You're now taking energy, and you're saying to yourself that when you're in your bedroom, you're allowed to be doing work. You're allowed to be watching television. You're going to get bad sleep if you do that. Your sleep's going to be bad. And clearly the relationship of just coitus is going to be sidestepped because your brain's going to be somewhere else. So you shouldn't be talking in the bedroom, and you shouldn't be entertaining yourself in any other fashion other than what the bedroom's for, which is sleep and physical communication with your loved one. Intimacy. Mm-hmm. So I'm not saying you shouldn't say stuff. You shouldn't have conversation. But if you're trying to push the envelope and you're trying to, the bedroom isn't the place to pull that off. Right. I would suggest. We have kids, so.
But sometimes it's hard when you have kids because where else should you go?
Yeah, but you have kids again. But to keep that intimacy true, now we're down to lesson number 2, which is no kids in the bedroom. No little babies sitting between you and your loved one in the bedroom. I would get up in the middle of the night and go to the kid's room and bring the kid into the room so my wife could feed the baby.
Yeah.
I would change the baby. Sure. We're a team. And this would be part of the idea.
If anybody had bad dreams, we go to their rooms and settle them back down in their own beds. And if we have to lie there for a couple of minutes just to settle them down, it's in their rooms, not in our room.
It's in their rooms, not in our room.
Yeah.
Don't have children in your room.
No.
And boys and girls, don't fall asleep in your children's room. Come back to the marital bed.
I hear stories of that from lots of
people. I hear so many stories of women, not men, not a lot of men sleeping with their kids in the kids' room. It's the women they're saying it's just easier. It isn't easier. You're putting way too much stress on a marriage. If your man's not saying, please come back to bed, then you're not hearing it. Because he's telling you, please come back to bed. Unless you're a snorer and he's just happy to get rid of you. Maybe.
What are you trying to say?
Nice. But you never did that. And I would go looking for my wife. You'd go looking for me, too, at 2 a.m. If I wasn't in the bed with you, you'd go looking for me to bring me back to the bed if I fall asleep on the couch or what have you.
If you're on a regular schedule, yeah.
Right.
When you're on crazy schedules, I have no idea when you're doing what. So
no, but in general, you say your sleeps are bad when I'm not in the bed. But that's, I mean, you clearly have to get over that. But I
am over that.
Yeah.
Sorry, baby.
That's okay. Don't be sorry.
I still love you, though.
You're allowed to tell me you still love me.
I think I now enjoy moments when You're not pulling the blankets or elbowing me in the face.
Right. So no kids in your bedroom. Please let the kids have their room. You have your space. They have their space. And all conversations that could affect your sleep and affect your intimacy should not be taking place in your bedroom. And now you just told me you love me, which I believe is number 3. Is always telling. I mean, you like that. I mean, I can't see why someone wouldn't like that. But you've been verbal with it. You said, I like being told that you love me. And I said, oh, I love you. And you're like, well, you can tell me anytime you want. And so I do. I even ask you, have I told you today? Have I told you lately?
I'm needy that way.
I don't know if it's needy, but it's what you like. And it's nice to like what you like. And I would like you to be happy. So I love you. So hearing me tell you that I love you is nice. Now, not necessarily though I'm going out of myself to just tell me you're pretty, but I think you're pretty. I do think you're pretty.
I know, but you also you are very quick to point out when I'm looking nice or I've dressed nice. Well, you always think I'm pretty, so it's nice. But you tell me that, which is nice. It's nice to be told as a woman.
Have you been told lately?
It is nice. No, it's nice for your partner to acknowledge that you're attractive. Remember, you're the only man that I'm hanging out with for the rest of my life, so I like to know that I'm still hot. I like to be told that by the man that I'm hanging out with.
Okay, well, that's clearly... No, that's understandable. No, that's understandable.
And I want to be hot for you, so I would like that to...
No, I know you only do things because you're trying to, do them for me.
No, that's not true.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. There are things that you do that you don't want to do that you only do.
Yes, there are.
For me.
Yes.
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 There is things.
There are things.
There are things you'll do, and there are things you won't do, and...
Yes.
Well, you got to try and fight fair. Now, when they always say you fight like a woman, they don't mean you're clawing out your eyes and pulling out your hair, unless you're two women fighting. But when a man says you're fighting like a woman, what that means to me is you're not fighting the fight that's present. A woman will fight, bring up past things that aren't even parallel to what's. You don't pick up your socks. See, that's what it is. You're always watching TV, and a man just doesn't get the parallel how the watching TV and the socks on the floor are both have to do with us disrespecting you in some fashion, but one is not listening to you and one is not listening to you. Or maybe you said, don't put things on the floor. Anyway, I was actually using just examples there. That was weird that it actually turned into but that's not that. The point being is that you don't want to fight dirty,
right?
And also clean up after yourself. And then you don't want to use you have kids, so if you're calling names, they're gonna call names, and calling names that it's hurtful.
Yeah,
it's hurtful. And so when you catch yourself doing it, don't do it. And if your partner tells you that name calling's no good, make sure you realize name calling's no good. So no name calling. That's on the list of things to do for fair fighting. That's on the fair fight scenario. Just keep things present. Don't be pulling punches and no punching. We don't.
Yeah, I don't think it would be good if you punched me, baby.
Well, see, long-standing relationships, I don't think you got the ones where they're together 50 years. Oh, and he's been punching her out for 50 years.
I don't know. I've heard stuff though like that. Women.
So maybe a good long-standing relationship is a woman that could take a punch.
Maybe.
Okay.
She's kept women.
Right. So keep a woman in. See, I'm not too sure because I actually haven't met that woman and I haven't met that man. I mean, that's.
I don't think have I met an abused woman?
Physically abused, no. Mentally abused, all of them.
Yeah.
Almost every single one I've ever met.
Woman, yes.
It's its own problem. It's its own problem.
That's how it always will be, though.
It is. So fair fighting, no punching in the face. Even that's not on my list. I don't think that's on my list because I think that's just common sense.
No punching.
No punching in the face. That's been a rule in my life. A woman punches me, I'm out. I think when we were dating.
You said
that's no wet willies.
No wet willies and no punches.
No wet willies and no punches in the face.
And I said no flicking.
No flicking. And I thought she said something else, but I was wrong. So we've been married a while now.
I don't know what else you thought. I'm trying to think.
Flicking? And we're done. So, once you call into her, she has her own email. I'll set that up with the Palmcast Network at outlook.com. Well, so telling you you love me all the time. Yeah, you're telling you that you love me all the time, making sure we do that. Oh, and then for the same all the times, kissing. Kissing hello and goodbye. Like she was saying, she's only going to hear me say I love you. She's only going to hear the I love you of the romantic I love you. She'll hear I love you from her kids. She'll hear I love you from her mom. And she'll hear I love you from my family. But she doesn't hear that intimacy. But she doesn't also get the intimacy of a kiss. So, I mean, my wife doesn't like one kiss, though. She likes a flurry.
Yeah, one's
not enough. One's not enough. It's like either I'm doing it wrong, because I've given some long, passionate kisses, but she likes a flurry.
Flurries.
You know, it's got to be a minimum maybe a 3, 5.
And not an even number.
Flurry. Yeah, 3 or 5. Yeah.
I don't know what that is. This feels incomplete.
No, incomplete. If it's a 3, if you give 3 or a quick 5, she feels pretty happy. And so I would say more on the see you laters. Am I? It's the hellos that I'm not.
We're not good at the hello.
We're not good at the hello kisses.
No, we gotta work on those ones.
Yeah, the hello kisses, but the see you later kisses, I'm in because I know I'm going away, and I don't. I'm assuming she's gonna be sleeping for my hello kiss when I come home.
Do you kiss me goodbye if I'm sleeping?
Do I?
Kiss you. See you later. See you later.
If you're sleeping.
Did you give me a kiss? Because you said to me the other day that you know when I've kissed you good see you later when I leave for work in the morning. And one morning I didn't and you were sleeping. You told me you knew that I didn't.
Right. I can tell when you, but that wasn't the question. The question was, do I kiss you when I
Yeah, so
no.
I just know she noticed that, so I'm wondering is that
No, I'm assuming I'm going to wake you up, so I wouldn't want to disturb your sleep.
No, I'm saying do you need a kiss though when I leave every morning for work?
Yeah.
Even when you're sleeping?
Oh, yeah, because it's not like you're waking me up because a little too early before I have to get up.
No?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well,
no, I like a kiss. No, but if I kiss you, I'm waking you up at 5 in the morning if I kiss you when I'm getting home. My hello, not a goodbye. Mine would be hello while you're sleeping at 5 in the morning or 6 in the morning.
You're never usually leaving in the middle of the
You got to
night.
talk into the center. No, it can't be sideways.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right.
I said you're never usually leaving in the middle of the night.
Yeah, you can't. I think that's what's happening. You're rotating the microphone, and I'm only. You have to talk right down.
Straight at it?
Yeah, it's not a talking to the side microphone.
Oh.
All right, so kissing hello and goodbye. That's good. Everyone should do that. You're in a long-standing relationship, kissing hello. And you can even ask for it. These are all things. You can ask for it. Please, tell me hello.
Hugs are good.
Hugs are awesome. I think you need 17 and that'd be delicious. But 17 hugs a day. You have to ask for them. I mean, you can just I guess you could just throw open your arms. But you can also just pucker up your lips. But I'm pretty sure you got
Where'd
problems.
you get the number 17?
Oh, it's comedy. 17's a funny number. 17's the number of comedy. 6, someone's lying. 17's someone's trying to be funny.
Specifically, no other number? 17 is the number?
No, it's a funny number. Like, every person who I want to make fun of is a guy named Dave. You know, Dave the bus driver. Like, if I'm going to come up with a name, it would be Dave and whatever he does.
Dave,
it's always Dave.
17.
Dave and 17. Dave 17. Yeah, that's kind of funny.
What about
I don't even,
any colors?
Colors?
Are
any colors funny? Anything with a K. I guess perpkle would be funny.
You're talking about sounds.
Or red. What?
So sounds are funny.
Sounds are funny. Colors can be loud. Can maybe be funny. No, I don't think I've ever laughed because of a color. Not part of my day. I don't think so. All right. So where are we? We're in the bedroom. We're talking live. We're talking live from the bedroom. So we're you streaming this. So hopefully you can hear it again and again and again. But then again, I can just post it on the old YouTuber, and then we can put it onto put this onto another post. But that's what we can do. This is what I'm saying. So what else can we learn from each other? So then we need to work on our kisses, hellos.
Yeah.
All right. What else are we learning? Because the rest, everything right there was just stuff we learned. So we just write stuff down during the week, and then we can talk about all the things every week, just like we did. So that was our list.
Well, I don't. That one we can get. We'll get into when we talk about
kids.
Being parents.
Yeah, we're not talking about being parents. Other than if you have kids long standing, they shouldn't be in your bedroom. They shouldn't be
They
allowed to
shouldn't
sleep
be
in your
in your
bedroom.
bed.
You should be in, yeah. They shouldn't be in your bedroom. They shouldn't be in your sleeping in your bed. You shouldn't be sleeping in their bed. It should be there, and the marital bed needs to be given to that sweet, sweet, sweetness. So make sure you keep that up, because that's important in a relationship. And just like we're doing tonight, date night. This is actually our wrap up of our date night, which is extremely important. I'm sure we'll probably talk about date night 100 times again.
No, we forgot to talk about date
Yeah,
night.
we know we will again. So,
Date night once a month if you can.
once
if
a
you do
month.
it more, awesome.
Oh yeah, if you can do more than you're
For sure, once a month.
Yeah.
Like commit to once a month.
Yeah. This is your life to spend together. So, and remember,
No, this is the thing. It's not just it's spend together now, and it's also making sure you stay connected so that when your children leave, that you're still connected again. So you have a relationship at the end of the day, and you're not lost. Because that's what I find most couples do. They end up getting lost.
right? You got to keep your own personal life in your separate life. Well, we'll talk about that too. But again, I think we've talked. I mean, how long can we talk for? How long? I don't have any glasses, so I can't even see this.
Oh, 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I don't know how many minutes we've been talking, but it's got to be more than 30. But the thing is, these things can never be longer than an hour. Like, I can't.
No, it shouldn't be an hour.
Yeah,
It's too much,
it's all
actually.
bad news. So let's just wrap this one up like we do, just how we started. We know how we watch a movie and end the movie. So I'm Adam.
And I'm Heather Powell.
Yeah, and this has been live from the
our
bedroom. Of
sorry.
I went with
The
okay,
bedroom.
yeah, I don't know. We'll have to work on it, I guess.
All right.
All right.
Later.
Later.